Hello my viewers, if you're interested in buying a helmet like this, or maybe a life-size one, you can go over there and shop at greenguy.com. They have NCAA teams, they have NFL teams, they have all your favorite teams. They even have the teams that you don't like the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens. I don't know why anybody buy that, but they have that too if you want to buy it. So go over there and use my promo code PITSIN and go and shop some of your favorite football helmets now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. But if you're tired, you know what this video is about. Today we're discussing some Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. As you guys know, the Steelers got a big victory yesterday in Ireland, a big time win, and now the Steelers heading to their bye week on this coming week, week 5 bye, and they'll be back next Sunday to play the Cleveland Browns. So that should be an interesting game, and then they had a short week too. So they play the Browns, then right after on that short week on Thursday, you gotta play the Bengals. So we're gonna see exactly what kind of goes on, what goes down, of course. But the Steelers did have some injuries, of course. Before I dive into some of the things I want to talk about from yesterday that I kind of discussed already, but the Steelers did have injuries, of course, from yesterday's game. Ramsey, of course, we've seen that injury he had, the hamstring. He faked it at the beginning of the game. We did the fake one. We hit the fumble return for a touchdown. He faked it to hit the gritty, and they called it back because they said that the player was out of bounds. So he touched the ball, so the ball was out of bounds and stuff. But this time he actually had a hamstring injury. He pulled his hamstring later in the game. Luckily, the quarterback wasn't looking that side, or it would have been an easy touchdown because he pulled his hamstring on that run. And he came back in the game to finish the game. So we'll see how he looks. They said it's expected for him to miss several games. But you know, some of those Pittsburgh little like accounts on Twitter and some of the stuff they'd be a little over exaggerating sometimes. They'd be a little like fake sometimes. Like, so they're talking some several games. I don't know if it'd be several games. I think, you know, in worst case scenario, he might miss 2 games, but he do have this week and then the week leading up to the next game to get himself healthy. He's not healthy to play the Browns or the Bengals in that short week. He can easily come back, you know, against the Packers or Sunday Night Football. So I don't think he's going to be out for like a long period of time. He could possibly play against the Browns and Bengals. We just have to see the severity of it. The way the Steelers was talking, it made it sound like it wasn't too severe. So I think Jalen Ramsey would be cool. Now, Calvin Austin, on the other hand, I have no idea. He was in the sling and his shoulder got messed up. He tweeted and said that he's all right, of course, but he had a shoulder injury. I thought it was maybe like a head injury. So he was on the ground like that a little bit. I thought it was a concussion or something, but it was a shoulder injury. Remember, he walked off and said he went to the hospital. He was in the sling. So I don't know if he's going to be back. Now, he might be out for several games. So I have no idea. The Steelers receiver room was not the best either. You have DK Metcalf, who had a monster game yesterday, 5 catches for 127 yards, had an 80-yard touchdown, the longest touchdown ever in international football play. And then you had, of course, after that, you know, you got Ben Skoranek now because Calvin Austin will be injured. Ben Skoranek and Scotty Miller, Roman Wilson. You're like, not the best, right? So it's a lot of different options out there. I mentioned it before on this channel, and I think I mentioned it during the live watch party I was watching on my channel. And actually, too, I have to tell you guys, the live watch party for this week, since it's the Thursday again, not this week, but the week after next, when the Steelers do play on Thursday, I'm gonna have the live watch party on here. That thing to the next, I'll probably switch it around. So on my channel, I'm gonna do the Browns game, and then on Thursday I'm gonna do this game, and then I'm trying to mix them up a little bit like that too. So I know to do a post game show live on here and try to do the pre game thing, the little game preview. I try to do it live on here too as well. I might start doing a lot like a pre-game live, maybe. I had to see, kind of like for the final predictions. I've been forgetting to do some of the videos sometimes, but yeah. But the Steelers receiver room is not the best right now. So we'll see if they go out there and make a move, maybe go out there and bring in a guy. It'd be a perfect week to do so because it's a bye week. So if the guy you bring in, you have this week to prepare, and then a week next week as well to prepare and leading to the game, like that, to be in the system and stuff. So there's a lot of guys out there. We've seen Tyreek Hill rumors before. I know you got the off the field issues and stuff, so we'll see how that kind of plays out until him being able to be traded. We've seen Chris Olave as well be a name. You know, he has the CTE. And people said off the field issues or CTE. So, but like Chris Olave, I hope he don't have CTE, but Chris Olave has suffered a lot of concussions, you know, early on in his career. That's the only thing about him. He's a good player when he's healthy, but he's suffered a lot of injuries. So he's a little, I won't say injury prone, but I feel like he's just like just a little bit like he always seems to get knocked in the head or something that crazy happens and stuff. He suffered like 3 or 4 concussions, I think, so far in his young career. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Jacoby Myers, another suggestion as well. Seeing his name circulating around. I see another one too. Someone said Rashid Shaheed. I see now on Sports Illustrated. They said Rashid Shaheed. They said that people been talking about the Chris Olave. What about Rashid Shaheed? You know, he's a deep threat playmaker. So that'd be interesting. So we'll see exactly what happens if we do decide to bring somebody in the during this bye week. I know Omar Khan, Mr. Khan, always looking to improve the roster, so you never know what can happen, of course. We also been seeing a lot of talks about Alex Highsmith possibly getting traded, because we've seen Herbig is playing tremendous football. He's going out there and delivering. He had 3 sacks so far. He had a few forced fumbles as well, a lot of pressures, tackle for losses. He's playing some tremendous football so far. This is what year 3 for him. Yeah, so next year will be his last year on his deal. I think the Steelers probably extend him maybe after the season or something. That's how you do it if you're smart. If you're smart, you do it around year 3, because you save yourself some trouble. But yeah, people have been saying like, what if they trade Alex Highsmith away? But in my opinion, I feel like keeping that'd be cool to trade him away if you get a nice receiver. But what if you just keep those, keep that depth of like talent at the edge rusher position with the Alex Highsmith, the Herbigs, Jack Sawyers, and of course TJ Watt, of course. Like that, you keep that at the position to have more depth there in those spots. It keeps you like fresh and keeps you on a high level. Now, of course, you do have Jack Sawyer, who looks cool too, but I don't know. If they consider trading somebody, I think Alex Highsmith might be on the list, but I think it might be Pat Freiermuth, might be on the main list. We'll see exactly what happens with that, but still, it's good to bring somebody in during the bye week. But one thing I'm gonna talk about too as well, yesterday, seeing the Steelers being able to run the football. They did a good job in running the football, rushed for 131 rushing yards yesterday, and had 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Kenneth Gainwell had 99 of those yards on the ground and 2 rushing touchdowns. They played good. And one thing they did that was good, the offensive line struggling and run blocking and getting pushed. They put bigger bodies out there. We've seen Darnell Washington get the most snaps to tight end out there. He called himself the 6'0 lineman, and he's like a 6'0 lineman out there. They say he's 260 pounds, but he's not 260 pounds. The man's got to be at least 310, 320 pounds like that. He's a big guy, because they say like he's 260, 6'8. Because me, I'm 6'3", about 230, 237 or something. I try to do my fair share of lifting and build myself up and build muscle up and bulking up and stuff. But Darnell Washington, I see him in person, like I mentioned many times. He makes me look like an ant. I'm 6'3", 230. He made me look like an ant. He's gigantic. I seen him last year, and last year he was smaller than what he is this year. He got to at least be 310 pounds, 320 pounds like that. That's a giant human being, but he's doing a very good job in blocking and a good job in catching the ball and stuff as well. You can high point it to him. And Darnell Washington been a beast out there. They use him, and they also brought in a lot of different tackles too. They bring an extra tackle in like that. We've seen the tackles get brought in. Of course, they were using 6 O-linemen out there and doing different things, of course, to open up the run game, which helped them out a lot. Of course, they limited some of the pass catching abilities and some of the things they do in the air, but they still was able to make plays and do big plays in the air. Jonnu Smith was coming into the game. He was a little banged up. I was hoping to see him get more involved in the offense. I think he'll probably get more involved as the time goes on. Kind of last year with the Dolphins, the first 4 weeks he only had like 50 yards, but after that he put up 800 something yards. So I think as the time goes on, he'll probably get more involved in the offense. He had a hip injury, so we didn't really see him too much in the second half like that. He was kind of sluggish out there, but once everybody get healthy and fully ready to go, it's gonna be nice to see. But I like Darnell Washington getting those snaps and being a focal point, and still using 6 O-linemen to open up much in the run game. And also defensively, going out there, you're getting your guys back, you're getting guys who can go out there and hunt. Like that, using different guys. Derek Harmon has been a big help ever since he got back. Jabril Peppers been cool too. He been playing pretty solid too. Deshaun Elliott got back his first game. He had a sack, he had an interception, he had a forced fumble, he had 2 pass deflections, he had tackle for loss. He played some tremendous football his first game back. So those guys have been good, of course, coming back. But the main key piece that the Steelers was missing, that been hurting the run game, I think, was Derek Harmon. Derek Harmon, as you see the games he came back, and his ability to get pressure up front. The Steelers had him back last week. He had 5, I think he had a few, like 3 or 4 pressures up front. I think 2 or 3 pressures last week, and then this week he was second in pressures behind TJ Watt, of course. But he had pressures last week and got 1 sack as well, and making plays and bringing that force up front. This week, same thing. He had I think 3 pressures behind TJ Watt's 5. Went out there and made plays. He didn't get a sack, but if you watch the game, you watch the film, his ability to play in the run, his ability to play up front too as well, to create pressure, to get other guys involved. He was playing tremendous football. Him and Cam Hayward is a nice little unit, and Keanu Bennett was able to do what he usually do. He's good as hunting. Like he's not really the best in of course like run defense, like going out there and playing a run. He's all right, but he's better when he's hunting down the quarterback, and he's able to do that because he had Derek Harmon, Cam Hayward to do the stuff up front, and he got able to hunt down the quarterback now. So that's why you need depth like that. And it's been very cool to see Derek Harmon up front and that defense get better. You had 5 sacks last week. 5 turnovers. This week you have 6 sacks, you have 2 turnovers, playing tremendous football. So we'll see if the Steelers can continue this, which I think they can. Like I mentioned to you guys before, I said, they're getting better every week. I say once the chemistry starts dwindling in, because a lot of these guys didn't play in preseason, so they have to build themselves up a little bit and build their chemistry up. And now they kind of got some games in their belt. And when you're losing, and not losing, I said the wrong thing. When you're not playing your best and you're still winning, I meant to say, when you're not playing your best and you're still winning, you know you have a special team. The Steelers didn't play the best football through the first 4 weeks. We had some mistakes, of course, but we're still sitting at 3-1. You only lost one game. One game they got away. You're still sitting at 3-1, entering the bye week. It should be big time like that. I know some of the fans, some fans are always angry. You can never make them happy. They'll be angry about, oh no, we still suck, we this and that. Like, you can't talk to those fans. Those are the ones that they're gonna be mad by anything. You can win 2 Super Bowls, they still be mad. They be like, well, we could have won 3 if a few years ago you did this. And like, oh, you can never make them happy. So never go around life trying to make people happy, because you never make them happy. You end up making yourself unhappy. So the Steelers, keep doing what you're doing, keep getting better and better and better, because you want to reach you don't want to never reach your peak early in the season. You want to be able to keep getting better and better. So by later in the season, you get to your best, you get to your peak. That's when you kind of click and get things going. But yeah, this is all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.